Do you have the right mindset to be an entrepreneur? Let's find out.
Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better.
Here we are in the midst of 2024, and I know you all had your resolutions, your goals, your aspirations, but for a lot of you, I know that part of that includes entrepreneurship or potentially leveling up in the business that you have. But here's the thing. In order to be successful in entrepreneurship, it's just not about finding the right product. It's not just about having the right service or the right affiliate marketing. It's really about your mindset. How are you thinking about exactly what you're doing? So today I want to share with you all 8 keys to the entrepreneurship mindset, right? And so with that, I want to start off with the first thing, which makes the absolute sense. Before you can sell to someone else, talk to someone else about a product or service, you have to first believe in you. Because when you have a business idea and you're out there talking about it, 90% of the time, that's my statistic, it's not out there anywhere, but most of the time you'll notice that people shout you down. They doubt it. They don't believe it. And you have to understand, if this person has been an employee their whole life, then the idea that someone would leave a 9-to-5 or endeavor to create something from nothing, it's scary to them, and therefore they're scared for you. So out of their fear, they want to project that onto you. So you have to first and foremost believe in you, what you can do, because at the end of the day, that's what keeps it going. That's what keeps it moving. So the first step to the mindset of an entrepreneur is to believe in yourself. The second thing is you've got to know what is your tolerance for risk. Entrepreneurship should be defined as a risk taker. That's really what it should be defined as, in my personal opinion, right? And so you have to know, are you someone that can go without a paycheck? A lot of times when you're getting your business started, even when you are profitable, you have to reinvest it back into the business. Like I'm spending, as I've told you all before, I spend my weekends watching classes, taking classes, paying for mastermind groups and associations, right? You have to keep upping your level. You have to keep learning more, to do more, to be more, but you have to always be able to come back and say, I can handle it if. And here's the thing, if you're someone and you're just like, I can't, I need to know I'm going to have a steady income, that's fine. But then that just means that maybe you're a side hustler, you're an Avon representative, you're Mary Kay, you're paparazzi, we are one of any of these things. And that's fine, but you have to be true to yourself to know exactly where you are and then move from there. The third thing, which is a part of the mindset of an entrepreneur, is to anticipate failure. It happens. Duh, duh, duh. Cue the horror stories and the sad music. It happens. But once again, if you really believed in yourself and you had that level of risk tolerance, you pick yourself back up and you keep moving. But you have to know it's going to happen. You can be doing the best, the greatest, and then something happens. The economy changes, your clients change, the atmosphere changes, the culture changes, things change. You have to anticipate it. And that's also why you don't put everything in one basket. You make sure that you have streams with an S of income coming in, all right? Another part is that you have to learn to let go and delegate. A lot of times when it's our business baby, we don't want to let go. We want to hold on to everything, and that's why you don't grow. I mean, that's really the bottom line. Then you have to stay curious and learn new skills. As I said, I spend my weekends, literally this weekend, I belong to the YouTube Academy. So I've been really studying that. I've been learning more about video. I'm constantly harassing Christina over here at Imagine Media Lab about, oh, what do you use for this mic? And she's recommended a light to me and all these things, right? You have to stay curious. Never think you know so much that there's not more for you to learn, because the world around you isn't stagnant and you can't be either. The next part is follow your instincts. Now, they don't teach you about, following your gut in business school, but you need to. If you're meeting with I think of all the times that I've had meetings with people who were supposedly important or famous or well acclaimed, and something in me said, you don't want this partnership, you don't want this relationship. And so I didn't do it. And those are the same. Now, sometimes you never know why, but I've also seen in some instances that these are the same people who are out here getting sued or who have a bad reputation. And I'm a firm believer that my character, my integrity, my reputation is all that I have. So if I gave that up by association, like, no offense to the rest of the world, but I'm looking at this whole TD Jakes situation, and just by association, I don't know innocent or guilty, but just because he was in the same room with someone who was doing certain things, now he's had to go through the ringer. That's what happens. You have to know who you're associating with and why, and make sure that they have the same level of integrity as you, and follow your instincts. If your gut says no, get up and leave. The seventh tip that I want to share is stop, drop, and roll with it. All right. So a lot of times things are coming at you, and sometimes you just need to stop. Stop moving. Stop doing everything else and take a moment to really assess where you are, what you're doing, and where you want to go, because it's really easy to get off path. And so drop everything and then roll with where it's taking you. Sometimes that momentum is trying to lead you in a direction that it's organic and you didn't recognize that it was coming. So that's one of my phrases: stop, drop, and roll with it. And number 8, my favorite, be okay with being you. You don't need to be anybody else, right? When you're out in society and in the world, there's so many people who look alike that who needs you? If you are the generic, who needs another generic? And if you are the generic, that means you will always be subprime. You will always be the cheap version. You will never be that special. So once again, 8 keys to the entrepreneurial mindset are: 1, you believe in you, knowing your risk tolerance level, anticipate failure, number 3, number 4, let go and delegate, number 5, stay curious and learn new skills, number 6, follow your instincts, number 7, stop, drop, and roll with it, and number 8, be okay with being you. More in just a moment.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Listen, attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com. During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple, and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment, or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
So if you haven't gathered, for 2024, I'm really all about moving you all forward. And in order to move forward, I want to make sure we have the same foundation, the same, grounding, so that no matter what's happening, you can keep moving forward with what you're doing. And so I want to share 10 small business tips, okay? And this could be no matter what stage you're in. So if you're a side hustler, an entrepreneur, a small business owner, wherever you are in the process, these tips apply to you. So the first one is know yourself. That means know your values, know your beliefs, even your working habits. So I was born in the summer. I'm a summer baby. If you ask me where I'm going for vacation, it's always a beach and the sun. And so right now we're in the winter months. I don't know what it is when you see this, but right now for us, it's winter. And so by 2 o'clock, I'm done. So what that means for me is that in these winter months, I'm getting up earlier. Like, that doesn't mean call me or email me, but generally speaking, I'm working at 5. Because I know that by 12, I'm probably done. And then I'll take the 12 until 2 to do the things that require people interaction. And then I've just been going home. I go home, or I go work on projects that I know excite me, or I go rejuvenate my mind, because that's who I am. So know who you are. I also know what's important to me, what isn't. And that tells me who I can work with and who I won't. Okay. So number 1 for a small business tip, know yourself. Number 2 is be yourself, because it's that uniqueness that draws people. As they always say, just be yourself because everyone else is already taken. Then number 3 is know your why. A lot of times, right now, I'm concerned and excited about 2024 because there are going to be some really impactful, epic positive changes and some epic negative ones as well. I think there's a lot that's going to happen in this year that's going to be disturbing and exciting, all wrapped into one. And so you're going to have your highs and your lows. But if you always know your why, you'll always keep moving. So because I know that my purpose is bigger than me, that I don't get stuck in me. So that's why I always say it's really important to know why you started that business, why you do what you do. Why did you start that product? Why do you have that service? Why? Why is the momentum, it's the inertia, it's the everything to keep you going in what you're doing. Number 4, maximize your strengths, or as I like to say, perfect your imperfections. Okay, so when you know your strengths, yes, keep growing in that, keep being strong. But it's like for those who go to the gym, which, hello out there, I'll be seeing my trainer very soon. When we talk about like the muscles that are weak, we have to learn how to build them up, and it's a process and it's painful. That's how you're going to perfect those imperfections. You have to keep working on the things that aren't great. But that also means that you can't just I am right-handed. So my right arm is much stronger than my left arm. But if I just keep working what's working, then what's not working will never catch up. So you have to make sure you're balanced in how you are improving. So I don't want to have a big right arm muscle and no muscle over here because I'll look, sick. All right, so keep that in mind as it applies to your business. Number 5, know your product. I was having a conversation the other day with a person who had a sales background. So they know how to sell, but what they were selling, they knew next to nothing about. And so that's when we get to the people that we don't trust, because all they're doing is trying to make the sale, but they don't know what's right for you. I'll even personalize it because as most of y'all know, I always talk about the fact that I am quite single. And so when I talk about it with friends, which I don't talk about it much with my friends, because I have a friend in particular who will just try to set me up with any man, any guy. I'm not sure that she has a criteria. I'm not sure if he has a job. I don't know. I just know that she meets a guy and he seems like, okay, if he can put 2 sentences together, she's like, Shirley, you should go out with him. And so that's someone that I don't trust her, and I no longer allow her to set me up with anyone for any reason. I don't care what. That's what happens when you don't know your product. When you can't say, hey, here's what I'm offering, and I think it fits you because of A, B, C. This is what I know about you, and this is why these two go together. That's authentic, and it's real, and that's who you believe, and it's sincere, and that's someone that you trust to make a recommendation to you or to provide you with a product or service. So number 6 tied into that was know your customer. So that's how they all tie in together. Number 7, get your papers in order to get the paper. You have to have your back-end administrative work done. Otherwise, Uncle Sam is coming for you. And not just that, but if you don't know the price point of your cookie, if you don't know exactly what those t-shirts cost you, then you could be losing money even though you think you're making money. So you want to always be able to know that your papers, your back end are in place so that you can do the business of being in business. Number 8, prepare for emergencies, be that cybersecurity or physical. So if something happens to you, what happens to the business? Do you have key man's insurance? Do you have a policy and procedure manual that someone else can come in and pick up? What happens to those sales? Do they just sit in a box until you lose your customers and then have products just sitting there? And then number 9, stay in the know regarding your product, your service, your competitors, and your technology. And then very quickly, I'll say the number 10, which is the most important, remember to take care of you and to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So once again, those top 10 small business tips from WorkHARDaholics to you: know yourself, know your values, know your beliefs, number 1. Number 2, be yourself. Number 3, know your why. Number 4, maximize your strengths or perfect your imperfections. Number 5, know your product. Number 6, know your customer. Number 7, get your papers in order. Number 8, be prepared for emergencies. Number 9, stay in the know, stay educated. Number 10, take care of you. All right. And you're listening to and watching the WorkHARDaholic Show. All right. Now it's time for fashion and entrepreneurship with Ashley Jefferson.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ashley Jefferson of VA Style Mag, and today we're discussing fashion and entrepreneurship on WorkHARDaholics. Today, we bring you a story of inspiration and triumph from the vibrant streets of Virginia Beach to the prestigious halls of Louis Vuitton. Pharrell Williams has carved a path to success, breaking barriers and proving that with determination, you can overcome any obstacle. Let's discuss. Pharrell Williams is a name synonymous with creativity, innovation, and resilience. Growing up in Virginia Beach, Pharrell faced challenges like many people do, but his passion for music and the arts became his compass towards success. From the humble beginnings of the Neptunes to the global phenomenon of NERD, Pharrell showed that talent knows no boundaries. His journey teaches us that your background does not determine your destination. Not only a musical maestro, but Pharrell has also shattered glass ceilings in the fashion world. As the creative director of Louis Vuitton Men's, he not only makes waves in fashion, but he's rewriting the narrative as one of the first Black creative directors of any major fashion house. This achievement is a testament to the power of diversity and inclusion. Pharrell's story encourages us to challenge the status quo and strive for excellence in industries where representation may be lacking. Pharrell's journey is a beacon of hope for dreamers and doers alike. It's a story of relentless hard work and unwavering self-belief. Regardless of where you start, your journey is shaped by your dedication and your confidence. Pharrell's success is a reminder that obstacles are stepping stones, not roadblocks. When you believe in yourself, the world will take notice. Like all success stories, Pharrell faced challenges, but his ability to turn setbacks into comebacks is what set him apart. From industry rejections to personal struggles, Pharrell's resilience is a source of inspiration. It teaches us that challenges are opportunities for growth, and every setback is a setup for a triumphant return. Pharrell is not only shaping his legacy, but inspiring the next generation. From his initiatives in education to his advocacy for creativity, he's creating a world where everyone has the chance to shine. As Pharrell paves the way, he extends a hand to those coming up behind him. His story is a call to action for mentorship, support, and the belief that everyone, regardless of their background, can contribute to and thrive in their chosen field. As we conclude this uplifting journey of Pharrell's life, remember that your dreams are valid. Your dreams are valid. Your voice matters. Your voice matters. And your journey is uniquely yours. Your journey is uniquely yours. Thank you for joining me today. I am Ashley Jefferson of VA Style Magazine, here discussing fashion and entrepreneurship on WorkHARDaholics.
Are you only identified as mommy, as the employee, as the worker bee? You know what? It's time for you to be identified as you. There is more to you than your function for others. Come discover it at the Diva Mastermind Retreat. That stands for doing it very authoritatively. It's time for you to find your voice, find your place, and make your mark. Join us October 7th through 11th this year in 2024 in Outer Banks, North Carolina, where we'll help you with mastermind moments. We'll help you with seminars, sessions, and the camaraderie of other boss ladies just like you. Don't forget to join us for the fun. Visit Diva Mastermind at groovepages.com to get your ticket today. Only 3 spots left. We'll see you then.
During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
In honor of the Women's Business Center RVA 5-year anniversary, the countdown is on. Ladies, it's time for the WBC RVA Toolkit. You don't want to miss it. It means every Thursday you co-work not for free, but it's included. So that's co-working every Thursday. Each month there's one seminar and one group coaching. So all day Thursday you can come hang out here at the Women's Business Center RVA, and it's just $25 a month. Tell them about it, Joanne.
Yes. And a couple of the topics that we will be talking about, discussing and reviewing and going through are starting a business the right way, because we do want to start off the right way. We're also going to talk about a business model canvas and how your company creates value for its customers. Also goal setting, which is very important. Finances, even developing your pitch, also social media distribution and content, and much, much more. So we are excited about seeing you there. So you can register today at WBCRVA.com.
Okay, so a lot of you are having to brand, rebrand, increase your brand, and you're trying to figure out how to connect and how to make money doing so. Like you see these little teeny boppers, bless you little teeny boppers. I am of an age where I say teeny boppers. All right, out here making millions of dollars, and you're like, what's going on? How can this happen? And how can my business get a piece of that? So as I said, I love to study, to research, to know about my industry and the things that are happening around about me. And so I love Sean Cannell and the Think Media team. And I love it, especially because they know their craft. They know lots about YouTube and podcast and video and the whole nine. And so one of the things that Sean Cannell was talking about with, I think it's Coffee with Cannell. And so he was talking about influencers and how you can make money as an influencer and not have to have 1 million subscribers or followers, or 100,000, or even 50,000. Like there are ways for you to make money as a nano and a micro influencer or a nano influencer. I can say it, really I can. And so first we start by saying, well, what is a nano influencer? Now we know that as far as YouTube is concerned, 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours is when you can monetize on YouTube. But there are other ways for you to make money on YouTube as well. But that 1,000 subscriber mark is really where it starts. Now, admittedly, when you get to the, gold play button or the silver play button, there are lots of things that can happen there. But before that level, there are things that you can do. And so starting off, if you are a nano influencer, which means you have 1,000 to 10,000 followers, it's amazing because technically speaking, you have a higher level of engagement than the larger influencers. They say, according to the studies and a bunch of information I got from Mr. Hobson, Dash Hobson. So I love my data, so I have to be able to quote it. So I got a lot of this data from Dash Hobson. And so when we talk about the nano influencers, they are 41.7% average effective rate. They have a 41.7% average effective rate and a 9.3% average engagement rate. And why does that matter? That is higher than when someone has 100,000 followers, then some of that is because it was personality, some of it they just heard about something, but all of them aren't true followers. There are people who subscribed because they want to know what happened so they can talk about it the next day or whenever, but they're not the ones who are actually making comments. They're not the ones who, like, when you put out something, they're going to go like, oh, if she said it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to follow it. And so that's where that effectiveness rate comes in and that engagement rate. And so brands are recognizing that. They're going, hey, wait a minute. I can spend $1 million and giving $1,000 to 100 nano influencers, or I can spend that entire budget on 1 or 2 mega influencers. And that's what's happening, all right? So then as we talk about the micro influencers, that's when you've been at it a little bit longer and you have 10,000 to 100,000 followers. And they have a 24.7 average effectiveness rate. See how the numbers is dipping? Like the more they have, it's dipping. And they have a 4.9% average engagement rate, which is still pretty high. And so micro influencers, people love to follow them because they really believe in what they're saying. Like they're like, oh, if they say it, it's true. Like I am a deep dive researcher. So you can say it, I'll hear it. I'm going to go find 3 other sources and I'm going to vet the sources. Because a lot of times, like there's misinformation and then it becomes like a school of education for people rather than actually digging down for the information. So I need to know that it's valid. So I do my research. So what's happening or what can happen for those of you who are a nano influencer or a micro influencer and you're trying to figure out what are the ways that you can get paid to do so? Well, first, you're going to figure out your niche or niche. And so when you do that, you'll start to get a list of the brands that you might want to contact that are also applying to that niche. When you do your research, you're going to find out what brands you want to work with. And that also goes back to like when you know who you are, you know what aligns with you. You know your mission, you know your vision, and you know who you want to be associated with and who you don't. So you're going to prepare that media kit. That's number 3. Create the media kit and it should be able to showcase that who's your niche, your content, what's your engagement rate, all about your audience, demographics, all that kind of information, because then they can say, hey, they're targeting exactly who we want to target. And they recognize that because your audience believes in you, that they now have a sincere, authentic connection to your community. Then once you've created the media kit, you're going to reach out. Unfortunately, they can't read your mind. You're not a mega influencer, so you might not be on their radar. So you're going to have to do the reaching out. And when you reach out, you'll do email, you'll do a social media post, tag them. You potentially can create something as a sample for them if you have a way to make sure that you're marking it, watermarking it so they won't just take it and run with it. But it's good if you can show them that, hey, I understand your brand. We're really connected in this. And so here's a review that I can do, or here's what I believe about your product, or here's what I think can happen. All right, number 5, and here's the thing that most entrepreneurs fail in, which is insane to me, but still true. Follow up. People, so we think that, oh, I called them once a month ago and I don't want to call again. As I said before, you have to reach out to people at least 8 times before the message gets in. Then you're going to schedule the appointment. You have to be, unfortunately, a legal stalker, right? You're not going to go to their homes, people. That's too much. Keep that in mind, all right? But make sure you follow up so people know that you're serious, that you understood what they requested, and follow up with that information. Okay, our time for today is over, but I just want to say, as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring.
Share, subscribe, repeat, like, share, subscribe, repeat, repeat, repeat. Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.